I did want to go over one character that I don't know very well that we could try to learn the normals for to show you guys how to evaluate normals. Just to give you guys an example, I saw a lot of people mention Karin. I saw a lot of people mention Rashid. So let's just do Karin here. And we're going to evaluate her normal moves one by one, okay? I'm just going to go over the normal moves one by one. And let's think about it. So let's scroll all the way back to the categories. So here are the categories right here, right? So I'm going to try all these buttons here. So stand light punch. This actually, wow, stand light punch actually doesn't look that bad. It actually looks really good. How far does this hit? Wow, this hits far! So this is a good poke, in my opinion, like a good close range poke. And it might actually be a really good frame trap button, like if I did something like, oh, I guess not maybe necessarily, because crouching medium punch pushes me too far away. But this is definitely a good close range poke. It might also be a good counter hit as well. I'm not going to cheat by looking at frame data, guys, so I'm just going to do this evaluation myself here. Standing medium punch doesn't have great range, but looks like it's a good up pressure close move. So I'm going to assume that it can combo like everybody else's stand strong. I already know I'm wrong in this situation, so I'm going to be like, that's interesting. So I can't do this. And then I'll test it for frame trap information. So for example, I'll record guard recovery action here. So I get a reversal low jab from Ryu. Make sure I turn that on like so. So I'll test things like, can I frame trap the frame trap low jabs? I can. See, so there you go. So now what I'm gonna do is, you know, can I cancel this move into something? Yeah, so I can do, you know, I can use that as a frame trap tool, for example. So I know this is a pretty decent pressure tool then, right? So this seems like a pretty good pressure tool, but then it's also cancelable. So I'm going to imagine this is a good combo button as well. So I'll probably use it in combos, for example, like, you know, stuff like that. Whoa, I just had some slowdown on that. Yeah, Karin's combos are interesting. There you go. And then what is it? Spin kick, light kick, and the super. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that's basically how I'm going to evaluate this move. I'm going to use this mostly in close range. I probably won't use this in footsies so much because I don't feel like this is going to do much for me in footsies. So I could be wrong, but this is my initial understanding of it. So I'm going to see this heavy punch and I'm like, what is the point of this? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, it has really good range. It has really good range. And then I'll check to see if it's cancelable. And you'll find out that it is cancelable. So then you're just like, holy crap, this move is really good then. I mean, it's far, it cancels, and it's a heavy punch. So maybe I'll use this this might be in big punish situations for me. So I'll probably use this for that. I can cheat a little bit because I know in Alpha 3 it was a good anti-air. So I would try using it as an anti-air and see how well that works. But I would try to see how this uses in footsies, but then I would also go, oh, is this a crush counter? It is not a crush counter, so this is not a big punish move for me. This is not what I would necessarily do after an uppercut unless it turns out I find out I don't have a better option. But I'll keep it in mind. I'll keep it in mind. This is a good combo starter move, right? So I can do cool stuff with this. Whenever I see them leave themselves open, it'll be a good Whiff Punisher maybe, you know, kind of situations like that. So I'll think maybe if Ryu misses a standing forward, I can Whiff Punish with this move and combo into something, and so I'll use it for that purposes. But for my first evaluation, this doesn't seem like a particular useful move outside of getting high damage in close combos. So I'm not going to focus on this move a lot. Again, I can't necessarily guarantee that I'm right about this. I mean, there could be some great uses of this move that I just don't know about, but this is my initial assessment. So when I come and play this character, I'm like, okay, not terrific range, so I'm not going to use it in footsies, but it's a heavy punch, so it does damage, and it's cancelable, so I'll just use it for big punishes. That's mostly what I'm going to use it for. Doesn't have a crush counter kind of situation, so like if I get a cross up, maybe I'll go for it or something like that. So again, that's my initial use for it. So someone in chat says that you know, it can be a good shimmy button, so you walk up close, walk back, and then you can basically whiff punish their throw attempt and stuff like that. I'll probably learn that at some point in time, but that's my initial evaluation. Now the standing light kick here, okay, I'm like, okay, this doesn't have great range. I happen to know that this move has ridiculous priority, but I don't know that right now. So I'm just testing this move out, and I'm like, this move actually has, it's kind of like Cammy, it's that annoying close range button, and does it, which, I'm testing now what has further range. Stand light kick or stand light punch. And this is what people actually do. This is people would actually do in training mode, because I want to know what button is better. And it seems like they're about the same. Yeah, they seem about the same, to be honest with you. So they might have same range. So these two buttons might both be able to serve as good close range pokers here like this. And is this cancelable? It is cancelable. Okay, cool. So my stand light kick is cancelable. So I'll just mess with this a little bit in close range. As I continue to play the game, I'll probably find out that this button is really ridiculous with space controlling. Dude. I mean, look at this thing. Dude, oh, so good. Jeez. So good. So I'll find that out eventually, but through playing the game. But if it's, I might consider it a good fake button, and I might end up beating some stuff and going, oh my god, this is really, really good, right? Alright, so I'm not going to concentrate too much on this button right now, but it'll probably be good for counter pokes, in close pokes, so that's what I'm going to consider using it for. But right now, I'm not going to concentrate on that, because so far I found this is a good button, and I've already found light punch is really good, and this will actually stop people from jumping. So I don't want to do this poke up close. I'm going to use standing light punch. So if you've watched a bunch of old episodes of my first attack, I did an episode where I talked about learning a character, just finding pet moves. So picking like 3 or 4 moves to abuse at first, and then finding other moves to round out the weaknesses of the moves you pick. So out of these buttons right now that I've picked, I like stand light punch and I like stand medium punch. These are the buttons I'm going to try to use in my game here, like this, because this is a good close-up range, and then this one I'm just going to keep in mind as my big punisher, right? That's all I'm going to do it. Keep in mind that button for. So for now, I'm going to ignore stand light kick. Then I hit stand medium kick, and I'm like, oh my god, this hits so far, holy crap, look at this button, holy crap. And then right away, I'm like, I don't even have to ask. I don't even have to know. I'm like, my poke button. Like I said, poking is such an integral part of your footsies. This is my poke button. Okay, when I'm playing this game, this is the button I'm using most. I am using this button to poke a lot. That's it. I'm just using, because this button is so ridiculous. I'm just going to make sure I hit back every time I do it, because I keep accidentally doing the overhead kick. But this has become my poke. This is my main poke now. This is my aggravator tool instantaneously. So I don't even need to wonder. Like as soon as I see this button, I'm like, that's my poke. Now the only weakness of it is no cancelability. That's fine. Like I said, as a poke, you don't care because you're just trying to pester the opponent and keep them honest. So this is my poke move now. Stand heavy kick. Okay, I swing forward a little bit. Okay, so here's my stand medium kick. I'm at this range where it misses. Roundhouse hits further than my stand medium kick. Okay, so basically I know it's slower and I know it takes a long time. But what I like about this then is if I use this poke a lot, like this, right? And I'm playing against an opponent who's really good at staying outside of the range of my standing medium kick, I can play this game and they're trying to whiff punish my standing medium kick. I can throw out a standing roundhouse to supplement my medium kick so that at that range, when he's dancing right inside and outside my medium kick, if I throw in a heavy kick, I can catch him by surprise. So this becomes my second footsie move. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to walk around and do this and go, okay, this reaches further, so this is a good footsie move. Is this cancelable? It is not, right? Later on, you'll learn all these moves are cancelable into V-trigger, etc., but we're not worried about that right now. But these are going to be my main footsie tools because this is such a great poke. It's fast, it's irritating, but if I'll only focus on this move, I'm going to become predictable. My opponent's going to stand outside my range. I'm going to miss the whip. I'm going to whip this button, and then I'm going to get counter poked. So they're going to stand at this range where my standing medium kick whiffs, and I'm going to hit roundhouse instead and catch them off guard. Now, if I throw out enough standing roundhouses, they got to stand outside my roundhouse range. So now maybe they can't whiff punish me as much, and they're thinking about it, so I can surprise them with a jump, or I can dash in. But these are two good buttons to supplement each other in footsie games. So these are going to be my main footsie buttons right now. So that's really nice to have. But like I said, it's nice to have a low footsie button. So let's explore my crouching moves now. Crouching jab, look. Everyone's crouching jab is going to do the same thing. It's your counter poke. It's a good close counter poke, and it's safe because you're doing it from crouch, so you can transition from low blocking into crouch jab. I know where I'm going to use this button. I'm going to use it as a counter poke and to escape pressure kind of situation. Well, let's go over the standing moves again. So I've already determined that this is going to be kind of a pressure tool for me. A pressure tool slash poke. So from this range, poke. From this range, a good pressure tool. This one right here, I'm using as a pressure tool. This one, I'm going to use as a big punisher. This one, I don't know what it's used for. It turns out to be a good space controller. I didn't know that. But I don't know what this is for, so I haven't categorized this move yet. I'm not going to use it a lot. I'm not going to learn it. I'll probably watch a good Karin player use it and go, oh, or read some forums and go, oh, or one day just happen to discover it on my own, or just be like, you know what, I'm going to try using this move a lot. I'm going to be Lupe Fiasco, and I'm just going to focus on one button and find out what I can do with this, right? But right now, my categorization is I don't know what this button's for, so I don't have a category for it. This is my poke, this is a poke. I've already categorized these into pokes. This I've categorized into a counter poke. Now I see this medium punch here. Not a lot of good range here, but might be a good pressure tool. Let's see how it is on pressure. Interesting, that misses, and then I'll eventually find that crouching medium punch combos in the stand medium punch, and then I realize, oh, this is my best pressure tool because this has hit confirmability, and I can actually use it in situations, and if I hit them, then I can combo into stuff. So there you go. So I'm going to use that as a pressure tool. So now I know, just by looking at this character, my pressure tools are going to be stand light punch, stand medium punch, and crouch medium punch. So I'm already going to be doing, stuff like, this. And crouch short, of course, is going to be a decent pressure tool because that's how crouch shorts work, right? But we'll get to that in a second. So crouch heavy punch, okay. Hits up. I'm just going to assume this is my anti-air. I don't know if it's really my anti-air. It might be a really crappy anti-air. Might have really terrible priority. But I'm going to use it as an anti-air because it looks like air. So that's what I'm going to use it for. I'm just going to use it as an anti-air. If I want to bait the opponent to jump at me, I'm going to stand at the perfect range that my crouching fierce can hit. And I've evaluated this as an anti-air, and so I'm just going to go to do that. So there you go. So now I've classified this as an anti-air. Crouch light kick, again, like crouch light punch, is going to be a counter poke tool. Of course, Karin has this strange ability that she can cancel her light kick, which basically nobody else can, so that's really nice to have. But, so maybe as a counter poke, I'll use it like, I'll try to do something like I'll do, what am I trying to do? In the shoulder, right? So if I interrupt someone's attack on me and shoulder's safe on block, so if I want a counter poke, maybe this will be my counter poke like this. It's not a combo. It might be if I just frame it, but we don't need to do that right now. Whoops. But in any case, maybe that'll be a good thing for it to counter poke, is that I can use that transition to a safe on block move and get away. Crouching medium kick. Okay, standard crouching medium kick, usually a complementary move to standing medium kick. So standing medium kick is a good poke, and then crouching medium, okay, it's got decent range. Okay, so now I've added a new poke to my game. So I have standing medium kick, heavy kick, and crouching medium kick, because this hits low. So this will force them to block low and keep them honest, right? So I can actually just try to sneak in here and catch with that kind of thing, or just annoy them with this. And then sweep, of course, I'm just going to assume is a decent whiff punisher, because that's what sweeps do. Like so. So I'll use my sweep as a meaty punisher or a low poke from ranges in which he thinks he's safe. So if Ryu is walking back and forth trying to dance outside of my standing medium kick range here, and he knows he doesn't have to worry about a low from this button here, I'll walk around and sneak in a crouching heavy kick, get a hard knockdown from here, boom, and then I can go apply pressure. And hopefully on block at this range, Ryu can't hit me back. Oops, I need to hold down back. Yeah, see, like hopefully he'll miss me or something like that. So basically what I've done now is I've determined my footsie buttons are standing medium kick, standing heavy kick, crouching medium kick, and crouching heavy kick. So those are my 4 pet buttons now. This. They're all on the 2 buttons, the stand and crouching versions of these buttons. So when I play footsies, I'm going to use this. I'm just going to use these buttons right now. And then basically once I get in, I realize that crouch medium punch is really good, stand medium punch is really good, and stand light punch is really good. So I've already classified all these moves, but that's because I know what I'm looking for. I have this list over here because these are things that I know that you use moves for. So I already know when I'm looking at these buttons, I kind of have an idea what I want to do with them. So now with Karin, I'm like, okay, so now immediately when I go into a match, when I play footsies against an opponent, I'm going to start by using these buttons. I can play these footsies here. I've taken the time to learn one good hit confirm combo, and that's not it right there. You know, something like that. I've learned one good hit confirm combo. I already have my counter pokes ready to go. So I can kind of bring her online a little bit now because I can play a little bit of footsies, and I think that this is a decent anti-air, so I'm going to try to use this as an anti-air. And now you learn the characters, and what happens is as you play the characters, you're like, man, I really wish I had a space controller because I'm getting beat up by this Ryu. He has this great low forward kick. So, you know what? I'm going to go to training mode. I'm going to make Ryu do this all day. I'm going to see if I can find a good space controller. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. This is great. So all of a sudden, I've added this into my footsie game because now this is a space controller. But you do this by starting off with your pet moves. My pet moves were going to be stand medium kick, crouching medium kick, standing heavy kick, and crouching heavy kick. I was going to play footsies purely with these 4 buttons here. These are the only buttons I was going to play footsies with like this. And then as I play, I'm going to start finding out I have holes in my footsie game, or I have holes in my, defensive space control game, and that will cause me to go into training mode and look for these buttons. So a good way to do it is find the good buttons that you want, and the reason why I list pokes first is because they're going to be the first ones you're looking for. Find your good pokes. Once you've found your good pokes at that point in time, play with the pokes, find out where you get blown up on, and then find moves to supplement that. So I want good space controls, I want a better whip punish, I want good pressure tools, this doesn't work as an anti-air, I want a better anti-air, etc., etc. So you pick your pet moves first, you play with the pet moves, and as you start finding out where they don't necessarily help, you start adding other buttons into your game. And that's basically how you look at buttons and start analyzing them and learning how to use them in footsies. First thing you do, go to training mode, find out what all the buttons do, figure out where you want to use them, take them into a match, try them out, find out where they work, find out where they don't work. You may find things work even better than you thought in some situations. Like I wanted to use this as a whiff punisher, but maybe I find out this is a better whiff punisher. So this is a hard read whiff punisher, but this is I'm just basing it off of my reactions whiff punisher. And you start playing with the moves and you start figuring them out. But again, these categories that I have on screen are the ones that you want to start with, particularly pokes, whiff punishers, and pressure tools. Counter pokes are almost always going to be crouch light punch and crouch light kick for almost every character. But once I've kind of filled out all those other categories, I can kind of take the character online now and just try to do different things, you know, and start playing a game. And that's kind of how you want to evaluate normal moves. That's how you figure out what normal moves are good to play with. So you're not just running in blind going, I don't know what to do with these characters. Yeah, look at me. I'm a Karin expert now, see? Alright, that's it, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys got some good stuff out of this. Again, if you have other ideas of what you want me to teach, definitely let me know. And I will adjust my teaching lessons and such like that. Oops, boop. And I will try to, you know, cater it to what you guys want. But for now then, that's all I have for tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in, especially for everybody who's staying up as late as you guys have. And remember, you cannot KO your opponent without your first attack. So thank you very much, guys. Peace out.